Shift Transform Signature System is now live, and I want to share in this video why I created it, who is it for, and how it can help. So why? I come from working in 8 years in a healthcare industry, and honestly, even more before that. But I had an 8 year occupational therapy career where I worked in hospital settings, outpatient rehab, mental health, inpatient, and outpatient areas. Along with that, before that, I've worked in eye doctor clinics. I've worked in surgical sterile processing equipment departments, along with a BAP research lab here at Mayo. I've been in a lot of different spaces. And something that was a common theme was that many people didn't know how to deal with stress and their emotions. And let's be real, sometimes emotions can feel sticky and messy, and a lot of us weren't given the foundational blocks and tools on what do I do with this? What do I do when I'm not feeling good? So many of us operate out of, well, I just got to keep busy, keep my head down, keep hustling, keep going, keep moving. But it catches up to us, right? Or again, emotions might feel messy and it might feel like it explodes all over in an outburst in your family or whatever that is. And then we get this belief then that, okay, emotions are too big, emotions are messy, so I need to stuff that down. Like, I don't want to look at that. Whenever I've looked at it, it's like exploded. So we just don't have practical tools. But what that can lead to, what I was seeing time and time again, whether I was working at Mayo and someone was coming in because they had a heart attack and like their 40s or 50s because they were working in a corporate career job and it was causing them a ton of stress, but they didn't have any tools. They were just going until it turned into a serious health condition. Or for some, I was starting to see treating, my own fellow client or people from the healthcare industry. I was seeing burnt out nurses and doctors, people coming in because of chronic stress, chronic fatigue, because of the demands of their job and not having practical tools. So oftentimes it's like, boom, it would just wipe them out. They'd be burnt out. They'd have these health issues. Again, they'd end up possibly in the hospital or seeking some outpatient care, which is fine. I'm so glad that people got access to tools. But here's what frustrated me is that some of the skills and things that I was doing to teach clients about life balance, stress management, how to regulate and manage their emotions, I was noticing one, like, these tools were really helping these people who had hit rock bottom in some form or fashion, and they were coming to me or my rehab department for some tools. It was so helpful and transformative. But I hated that people had to hit rock bottom in order to get access to these tools. Because quite frankly, the current system is set up, let's say with rehab, either you qualify because you're in the hospital, which nobody wants to be there. And quite frankly, nobody wants therapy when they're in the hospital because you feel kind of yuck. Or, you can qualify in the outpatient setting, but again, you kind of have to meet XYZ criteria. You kind of have to be showing that, it's impacting work and at home. You're struggling to function as a mom, as an employee. And again, I realized I want to help people before it gets to rock bottom because I know these tools and strategies are effective. So I spent 5 years diving into certifications to continue to explore how to manage overwhelm, emotions, stress, all the things. And ultimately, I was seeing a clear system or process that I wasn't seeing that was already out there. It was a 4-step process to help people shift and move through their emotions. And many of the people coming to me, for some people, it might have worked to try some other type of program. For example, I'll say like a DBT is a helpful emotional regulation system. It's a whole curriculum. It's a year-long group. It's excellent, but it can be a lot. And sometimes my clients were like, okay, what is it? What do I got to do? How do I manage my stress? And so there was 4 clear steps. Being able to name your emotions, so identifying how do I feel and speaking your truth. Number 2 is own it. Can you own and honor that your emotions matter? They're valid, they're yours. 3, release it. How do we shift and move that stress through the body? And step 4, transform. How could I help my clients shift back to balance, shift back to more renewing emotions? So the process was built by me, and I'm so excited to be sharing it with you now. So who is this for? It's for anybody who's wanting some support and how do I manage stress and overwhelm. You love systems and processes and something quick that you can actually use in everyday routine. Now, the Shift Transform signature system includes the method, but I've put it in a couple different ways to help different learners and also help you truly integrate it. There's a guidebook. 50 plus pages. You're going to go through it with exercises, reflections, really dive into each part and help you integrate it. There's also video lessons, right? So it's like, how do I incorporate these steps? And there's even a component on habits because again, tools aren't great if you're not using them. So I really want you to help you integrate these steps into your everyday routine so it becomes more simple. That is why the system is here. I want to help people right out of the gates, front lines. I don't want you to have to hit rock bottom. If it feels called to you to check this out, head to www.shifttransformmethod.com.